Big John here, doing their live stream. Hope everyone had a blessed Sunday night. Another long day at work. Always busy. It's the thing about good restaurants. Always busy. Rather be busy than not busy for sure. When you rely on people coming in and giving service and them taking care of you in return. You know, yep, you win the magic cookie for always being first, Katie. Congratulations. I'll get on baking that cookie for you soon. Hot tea hits the spot. Love hot tea. Hot tea is a pleasure drink. Coffee is a get the engine going drink. When you're old like me, you need multiple cups to get the engine started in the morning. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah. Can't wait to watch the highlights of AEW. I need reading glasses. Hot water over beans. I don't know. Like I said, I drink hot tea because I enjoy it. Coffee is more to get the engine revved up, start the day. Oh, I need like 3 cups. And they're big cups of coffee too. Like the one you just saw me drinking from. It's not small. Hello, how we doing? Welcome. Always nice to see new faces in the chat. Always love to engage. How we doing tonight? I hope you had a blessed Sunday. My Sunday was good. Just always busy. You know, you work in the restaurant business, you gotta be there on the weekends. That's when all the people are coming in. Thursday through Sunday, always busy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Commanders, let's go. Making all the moves. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I had a good Sunday. Is just busy. Yeah, work was busy. I don't know if anyone has any restaurant experience. I've been in the restaurant business 27 years. That's a long time. Never thought I'd be in the restaurant business this long. But I love taking care of people. You know, red Redskins over your tea. Heard. Um, you know, not everyone is a people person. If you're not a people person, I definitely wouldn't recommend you working in a restaurant or any any job where you deal with the public on a regular basis. That wouldn't be a good idea if you're not a people person. If you like people, then that's a different story, of course. I know people that are like, I will never work with the public. Yes, I remember my basketball days. I'll never forget in a championship game back in the day, I scored 50 points and we lost. Go figure. That year I averaged 20, 27 points, 10 boards. That's a lot. How we doing, Caleb? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. You know, it's I love this. I've already been doing this now for 20 something, 23 days now. 24. Yeah, 24 days I've been on YouTube. And do you want to? What's that? I need more explanation. Okay, Katie, I'm not Dino Bravo. Side suplex is not a finisher. It's just a generic move to the weaken the back for more devastating moves like the power bomb or the razor's edge or the choke slam. But you know, uh, I tell you, excited about my favorite wrestler came back tonight. Will Ospreay. I don't know if any of you watch AEW. The man had major neck surgery back in September, and he's back, and we're in March. That's phenomenal. He's kind of like AJ Styles, but slightly more athletic, which is hard to believe, I'm sure. But Will Ospreay is absolutely my favorite wrestler out of both companies. Hey, what's up, Beast from the East? Good to see you. Welcome back. Hope you have blessed Sunday. You know, we're all over the place right now talking about wrestling, talking about football, talking about the restaurant business. we just don't know where we're going to go. All different directions at any given time. Um, if anyone wants to chime in, that's good to hear. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Oh, okay, nice. Um, can you give me a rating of the show? You know, one worst, 10 best. If you don't mind, Beast from the East, I'd like to know your opinion. I want AEW to get like a streaming service like WWE. Really? 9 out of 10? Okay, that's hey. Look, I'll tell you one thing. I'm sure you agree with this, brother. They their pay-per-view quality since the beginning, the pay-per-view quality for AEW has been phenomenal. I do not recall a bad pay-per-view by AEW. Yeah, people say they run long. All right, I'm about to check that out. You said on Max. I have Max. I gotta check that out. Oh, $39. That's not bad. Um, but their pay per view quality is great. We watch WWE. You don't know what you're going to get. It could be a great pay per view. It could be a mid pay per view. It could be a crap pay per view. Excuse me. You just don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, I've never seen a bad pay per view by AEW. Hey, Isaac Blaze, welcome. Hope you have a blessed Sunday. Welcome to the chat. Um, yeah, tomorrow, I don't want to talk about this really on here tonight, but tomorrow I will be posting a very long video that is meant to give hope, inspire, give knowledge to a certain subject. I don't want to go into it right now. If you have watched any of my shorts, then you will know what I'm referencing. But like I said, I'm not going to talk about it tonight. Tonight's conversation, I want to keep it fun, but it's something to check out tomorrow afternoon for sure if you're able, or later in the day. Really would like as many people to watch it as possible. But yeah, Beast from the East, yeah, AEW, like, I think the lowest I've ever rated a pay per view was maybe a 7. And I mean, a 7 out of 10 is not bad. But a lot, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10s. I've seen 10 out of 10 pay per views by AEW. I thought last year's All In Texas was phenomenal. Tony Storm and, you know, Mercedes Monet. What a freaking match that was. And I'm sure you believe or remember the WTF moment in that match, what Tony did to Mercedes. Will not say on this channel what she did, but if you saw the pay per view, you know what I'm talking about. That was a very insane moment for fans to see live or on pay per view. Because when she did it, I couldn't believe it. And Hangman and Mox, destroyed each other in that main event for that pay per view. But my favorite match was, Bucks versus Swerve and Will Ospreay. That was a great match. Hey, Beast from the East, question for you. What did you think of Cope and Christian making an appearance and getting a piece of FTR after the match from earlier? Yeah, I heard Rhonda showed up. Did she do anything, or she just we just like see her out there? Because I definitely didn't think she cared about wrestling anymore. But I think she's friends with Marina Shafir. I mean, I don't know how you feel, Beast from the East. I'm a huge FTR fan. They're phenomenal. Okay. I I mean, I feel like Tony Storm can work with anybody. I mean, Tony Storm's phenomenal. Her gimmick is like one of the best gimmicks in wrestling. The way she talks, the way she moves is just great. And I asked myself, because you know how she's like married to Juice Robinson. I'm like, what did he do to win her over? Because no offense, but he kind of looks like a bum. I'm like, what did he do to land her? Guess there's some magic we don't know about. But yeah, yeah, I mean, especially because they were in front of their home fans. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad FTR won, but also now that you know them winning was the thing that made sense because we should see Cope and Christian. I'm glad you and I see eye to eye on that. Yeah, it don't make any sense. Good for him, but it don't make any sense. But we do need to see FTR lose the belts against Cope and Christian for, I'd say, one last nostalgia run, which I would love to see. But it's just so funny because Christian's still very much a heel. Like he didn't go babyface, but he's gonna be cheered just because he's with Cope. And oh, okay, that makes sense. That's the next pay per view. What what'd you think, Be, Beast from the East, about Will Ospreay coming back? I mean, that's my favorite wrestler. I love Will Ospreay. Like I think he's phenomenal. I I want to see him when they go back to Wembley in late August. I'd love to see him compete for the World Heavyweight Championship. I know this is gonna spoil something for me, Beast from the East, but who won the main event and how? Because I did not see when I was looking at results. I didn't see who won. Because I said before this pay-per-view, I said I felt MJF should win. Because I honestly would like to see MJF and Will Ospreay in London for the heavyweight title when we get there. Oh, okay. Rock and roll. Oh, I have no doubt it's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were both, bleeding like stuffed pigs. Because, I mean, that type of match, I mean, you expect it because they're doing everything. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, MJF did. Interesting. You don't look at MJF like a guy in that type of match. But if the storyline calls for it, it makes sense. But MJF likes wrestling the traditional matches. He's not big into the hardcore type matches. I'll be interested to see what the result is there. I know you'll tell me when it's actually over. I hear you on that. Always looking out for family is awesome. MJF dressed like Terry Funk. Oh, I can't wait to see that. That should be fun. That should be really fun. Terry Funk was great. He was a true legend, and boy, he wrestled some hardcore matches for sure. But yeah, you know I can't wait to see Will Ospreay wrestle again. I heard he took out Moxley's group single handedly. Beast from the East, from what I read. Can't wait to see highlights of that. I want to see. You know, I'm sure he'll be out there Wednesday to talk. But I'll tell you, Beast from the East, it's impressive. You know, he got neck surgery in September, and it's now March, and he's back. That's phenomenal. Usually, that type of injury, you're out at least a year. Kevin Owens had something very similar, and he's still out. It's been a year for Kevin Owens. And it's a shame because he's great. Kevin Owens looks like a dad that sits on the couch and eats chips all day, but he can go. Like he really can go. It's so crazy. It doesn't make any sense with his build. Like you're like, oh man, you'll wrestle 5 minutes and be gassed. I'd love to see Kevin Owens in AEW. I know it won't happen, but I can dream. Hey, Beast from the East, what you think about everything going on with Drew McIntyre? I think it's a bunch of crap. And to be honest, I got Cody Rhodes fatigue. I can't stand Cody Rhodes right now. I love seeing him get his tail kicked on Friday with Randy Orton snapping, going heel. I thought that was long overdue. Randy was definitely listening to the voices in his head, which is great. Orton as a heel is, I feel better than him being a baby face. Yeah, he's doing Highlander. He's gonna be Angus McLeod, the cousin to Connor. Yeah, that sucks. Are you over Cody Rhodes, Beast from the East? Because I feel like he's gonna shove down our throats. And I'm not disrespecting him as a wrestler. Like I'm not saying he's not good, but I just feel like they're just you know he can lose. Okay, I have to do this for you, Beast from the East, because you said that. Acknowledge me. Heard that. I mean, I feel like we're all fanboys for somebody, straight up. I mean, I love Will Ospreay. And I have to bust out the Will Ospreay for you. I am Will Ospreay, and I'm on another level, bruv. Yeah, I mean, I watch both Beast from East, every week. I I love both. I mean, I like AEW more, but I watch both. I mean, you gotta remember AEW's only been around since like 2019. I'm 46 and I've been watching. Well, it was WWF back then. Since like the early 80s. Yeah, I mean that's cool. To be able to watch it with your brother. That's awesome. That's good quality time hanging out, watching wrestling with your brother and like just going over what y'all both like and what maybe one of you like and the other one doesn't, and having good conversations about it. Is it still going on? Not finished yet? I mean that emoji you sent is insane. Oh yeah, because you paused it for a little bit. I'm just on edge waiting for you to tell me who won. Because I'm very curious. And like I said, I feel MJF should win. That's just me. Because do we really want to see Hangman versus Will Ospreay? Face versus face. I don't. For me at least, I don't want that. Yeah, I mean, he's like one of the best heels ever. He just pushes the envelope so far. He says so much crazy stuff. Like, if anyone else tried to say what he says, they'd be like, excuse me, sir. You may not ever say that again. If you ever say that again, you're going to be fined and suspended without pay. MJF says it. They're like, good job, kid. Way to go. it's just it's just funny. Like, I just think about some of the stuff he says out loud, and I'm like, never could say over half the stuff he says because he pushes that envelope 10 ways to Texas. He really pushes the envelope. Guys, wow. Hey, Beast from Beast, what you think of, I think they call the move the brisk, where he hits the ropes a couple of times and then he um, hits the guy with his stuff in the face. What's your thoughts on that? Oh, hilarious! I'll tell you what, bro. I don't know about you, but if someone did that to me, I'm fighting. Like, you hit me with your stuff in my face, I'm gonna beat you. I, I'm gonna beat you. We're gonna fight. You're gonna catch these hands, okay? You're catching these hands. I'm playing around with you. That like that's like spin in your face type of situation, but it's even worse in a way because taking your junk and you're hitting me in the face. Okay, I'm not playing that. We're fighting straight up. Uh, Undertaker and John Cena. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean they're both phenomenal. Like to this day, I'm still mad that Taker lost to Brock Lesnar at Mania. And the sad part is Brock Lesnar concussed Undertaker in that match. And I don't know how much that played into the finish, but I feel like it did. I feel like it had an effect on the outcome because Taker was in Dream Street. Yeah, I mean, what you just said made sense, bro. Like I think there was multiple people being like, "Oh, that finish is crap." Really? Taker streaks over to Brock. Yeah, I'm not watching. I'm not watching WrestleMania or WWE for a while. I didn't do that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was cussing 10 ways to Texas because I'm like, "What are we doing? Why would you do that? Why would you have him of all people beat the streak?" It would have made more sense if it was someone more prestigious did it, not a guy who thinks he's a tough guy and goes to UFC and his weak chin gets knocked out by Cain Vasquez and I forget the big guy from the Netherlands that also took out his glass jaw. But yeah, Brock got humiliated twice in heavyweight title matches and got knocked out. I love seeing Brock Lesnar get knocked out for real. That puts a big smile on my face. I wonder how long that the MJF and Hangman Adam Page match has been going on. I wonder. I imagine it's probably at least a half-hour match. I mean, one of my favorite MJF matches was him and Will Ospreay where they wrestled an hour, and MJF needed oxygen after that match. And it was so crazy in that match. He cheated and he hit Will Ospreay with the Dynamite Diamond Ring. I'm like, oh, you suck. I'm like, oh, you had to cheat. You just had to cheat, MJF. Ugh. Um, I ask you another one, Beast from Beast. What you think about Jim Cornette? Still going. Heard that. I think Jim Cornette he has valid points, but I feel he's an absolute hater um, of AEW. Like what he says about Kenny Omega. I'm not familiar with that song. I hope it's good. Um, what Jim Cornette says about Kenny Omega is like, what did Kenny Omega do to you, Jim Cornette? And he's very harsh toward the Bucks, and you know, he just he just is so hateful. It like hurts my soul listening to him sometimes. Like I gotta turn him off. Like I can't like when he starts going on his hate rants on AEW, it's like, dude, you act like WWE does everything right. You know how many mistakes WWE makes in their booking? What they've done to Drew McIntyre? What they've done to Rusev? Like Rusev is a monster, and you book him like garbage. What are we doing? It's so frustrating. I know Obafemi's a beast, and I like Obafemi, but to have Rusev like kick him multiple times and Oba didn't like basically no sold it. Like, come on, what are we doing here? That's crazy to me. Like, it's okay if Oba goes down from kicks from Rusev to the head. Like last time I checked, Rusev's a big boy. You know, he's every bit of, you know, 280 pounds. You know, he's this a freak athlete. Yeah, I can see your point on that after 2023. I mean, not everything. I mean, like, I'm still mad about CM Punk being Drew McIntyre in that feud. You want to put some realism into it? CM Punk's like skinny fat, and Drew McIntyre's built like a Greek god. And if they were to really fight in real life, you think Drew McIntyre is not beating the crap out of CM Punk? Let's keep it real. And Scotsmen love to fight. You know, what's CM Punk gonna do? Best in the world. Like it hurts me to say this to you, Beast from the East, but like I don't want to root for CM Punk at WrestleMania, but I also, I'm sure you can respect this. I want my heavyweight champ there all the time, whether they're talking or they're having a match or building something. If if Roman wins, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, how long will we not see him for? Like, you're the champ, man. You gotta be around. You know, if Roman decides he wants to take like 2 months off and he's the champ, come on now. Just keep it real. I know you gotta agree with that, at least that part. Ooh, MJF won. Oh man. Oh, that's actually really good. That's actually really good. Because now this in the storyline, Hangman gets no more World Heavyweight Championship matches. Wow. So like I say, wow. Oh, I can't wait to watch the highlights, Beast from the East. I cannot wait to watch the highlights for that. That is freaking awesome. I mean, with that stipulation, I feel for a while, yeah. But then something's gonna happen. He'll win some type of stipulation match, and he'll win that and be able to challenge for the belt. I don't know what you think about this beast from the East, but before Cody Rhodes hangs up his boots, I would like him to see him to come back to AEW and win the belt once there. Since he did help start that company, I would actually be okay with that. Like right before he's gonna call it quits. I mean, what's crazy is, Dustin Rhodes is 55, 56. And he said when he's healed up from the knee injury, he said he still want to wrestle. I mean, if you look at Dustin Rhodes, like he still is, to me, a very awesome wrestler. You know, he still can go, still can wrestle a long match. 56. That's impressive. If you ask me, I I know for a fact Cody Rhodes isn't going to wrestle until he's that old. And he's getting close to 40. I don't think he's going to wrestle too much longer. Because I thought he signed a 5-year deal when he came back to WWE in 22. So we'll see if he re-signs another deal. I don't think he's gonna sign a 5-year deal. Hey, yeah. I appreciate you stopping by. It was great talking to you, brother. Hope you have a blessed night. I'll see you on here again. I'm on here a good amount. I'm not gonna say every single night, but more so than not. But I'll look forward to seeing you next time for sure. You be safe. But yeah, this wild to think Dustin's still chugging along at 50, 55, 56, like he's in his prime. It'll be interesting to see if Cody signs another long-term deal or not when his contract's up next year. But no more title shot for Hangman. That's wild. And I think they would pull the trigger on that, so that's really interesting. I'm glad they stuck to their guns on that decision making. Not mad at it at all. Gonna see where it takes us in the next storyline for sure. Who's gonna be next to challenge MJF? Because everyone wants a piece of him right now. Uh, yeah, Katie. That was I'm sure you at least heard our conversation was really good. Beast from the East is a real good dude. Great conversation. Hard to believe MJF won. I was hoping he would. So he did. Good for Tony to do that. Could have folded under pressure from outside noise and made Hangman win. You know, Tony Khan don't get much respect. People talk about Tony like he does drugs and this and the other. I think Tony Khan's a better owner than TKO. I feel Tony Khan cares about his wrestlers way more than WWE does. TKO, you know, he likes them to have time with their families because they only wrestle a couple times a week. Why WWE's wrestling like 3 or 4 times a week, and who knows doing what else. So yeah, I think Tony Khan's a better owner, and it's nice to let the wrestlers be able to see their families more than a couple times a month. They get to see them every week, and that's cool. Definitely cool. Yeah, yeah, you have a point there. You have a point there, Katie, for sure. Yeah, I would have thought it was too short of a title reign for MJF if he lost it today, because that would have made him champ only for close to 4 months. That's that's not much time for someone like MJF. Makes sense for him to hold it longer. Not saying he has to have an epic title run, but needs to be longer than it would have been if he lost, for sure. Ugh. Looks like it's down to just us, Katie. Oh, maybe not. I saw the number go up. So, yeah, that's crazy how the pay per view ended for sure. And then this thing about all the crazy stuff in the NFL, all the stuff with the Ravens, all the stuff with my Commanders and the Bills, all the big moves both teams made was cool. And Pierce getting his crap together this off season, doing way better than last year. Be excited when football season gets here in September. Definitely fun. Football is my favorite regular sport. Love wrestling, but it's not like a regular sport like football is. So, yep. Wait to see what happens in the draft, what moves are made, how it molds the team, you know, into from laughing stock to maybe a contender or playoff contender or a Super Bowl contender, depending on how teams draft. Long ways to go till we find that out, but it's always a fun journey for sure. See what happens. Sucks getting old. Wish I could rewind the clock. That'd be cool. Let me rewind the clock 25 years and knowing what I know now and what different things I would have done. Definitely would have started a YouTube channel right away. And who knows where I would be now. That would be really cool to think about, and you know how that would have worked out if I did that. All what ifs in the mind. Nothing that can be changed now, for sure. But so it's nice to think about what could have been, what if. So can't dwell on the past, but nothing wrong with letting your mind wander a little bit and thinking about it. That's for sure. Arn Harrison really hit the bricks. I don't got no glasses on. My beard's not that thick. You remember what his finisher was? Let's see if you remember. I do. You can say it and I can tell you if you're correct or not. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Turn in the answer to the question, Katie. Because I know what his finishers were. That's not answering the question. Let's answer the question, please. Don't be scared. If you don't answer the question, then I'll say it. But I already know the answer. I'm waiting to see if you know the answer. Your stalling means you don't. Come on, want to be encyclopedia? Let me know. Tell me what the answer is. Final, final Jeopardy question. Okay, correct. But you also use another move as a finisher. Do you know what that was? Okay, spine buster, yes, but you had one more. What was it? If you don't get it right, no more PBJs for you. You better not be cheating and trying to look it up. What is the answer? The second part answer to the question. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Um, he had two finishers. So I'm thinking you don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Hit the bricks. If you don't answer, I'll answer it. Hey, good job. You got it right. At the time, he had one of the best DDTs in the business, too. I mean, back in that time period, it was Jake the Snake or Arn Anderson who had the best DDT. But I always loved the build up for the DDT from Jake the Snake. Always like the same setup. But he always looked like he was in pain doing it. Hit you with some jabs. Maybe a back body drop, knee lift, short arm clothesline. Man, he would do the famous, and the fans would lose their mind. They did a DDT. And what was great about was like no one ever really kicked out of it. They treated that move like it was majorly important. When he was at a tag team with Tully Blanchard, and this was when it was in WWF. Their their finisher was the spike pile driver, kind of like FTR does today. That was their finisher when they were the Brain Busters. Ironic, that's the name of their tag team, and they dropped you on your head. Gourd Buster. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Wow, eat some carrots. Okay, I don't know what that reference is. I don't know what that reference is at all. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So, wouldn't be surprised if it was a reference somehow to Danhausen. Ah, you want me to eat some vegetables? I don't want to. You're not going to put me on the sign? You know nothing. And because you know nothing, you are cursed. Danhausen got you again, Katie. Danhausen strikes again. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Getting tired. So, I want to say, as always, thank you for your support and help, Katie. Always appreciate you. I thank others for stopping in. It was great talking from the East. Had a great wrestling conversation. Hope everyone has a blessed night, and look for my very important video tomorrow. It's going to mean a lot for me to share it and for everyone to learn something of importance and inspire. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Be safe, be blessed. Bye bye.